Hello YouTube. Today I'm going to be talking about a fat cavitation device. It is a device that burns fat, and it has two other settings that are for, wrinkles and things like that, but I'm going to be focusing on the middle setting. Now this is the device. It didn't originally look like this. What the device does is it basically, it uses an electrical frequency to target fat. Now, I have had success with this device, and I was able to get a six-pack. Now, I stopped using it, and I lost it. So, what I'm going to do is basically demonstrate this device, and I'm going to show you how it works. Now, one of the things about it is it has different buttons, different settings. So this is 0-1, and that means level 1. And I always crank it up. There's buttons normally on it, but the back plate fell off. It was copper colored, so I just duct taped it, electrical tape it. And there's a heat function. So I always turn off the heat function. There's a button for it. It'll turn red like that for the heat function. It'll turn off like that. Now, it's the middle setting that burns fat. Now, just a disclosure, I didn't use this device the way that they say to use the device I didn't use it the way that they say. See, the direction, basically what it does is it burns fat by putting an electrical current into your body, and it's spot reduction. So in other words, you can do fat spot reduction. Now, I'm relatively thin. I eat usually 1,000 calories a day. I try to keep it below 1,200. I've done that for many years. I used to be very overweight when I was a child, so I practiced dieting forever. And that's just kind of what works for me. So I'm basically kind of at a point for what this device is for. It's for losing the last 10 pounds. I was able to burn off enough fat and then have it drain through my lymphatic system, which means the fat gets burned and goes into your bloodstream. Now what you do is you drink a lot of water, specifically a lot of electrolytes, like powdered drink mixes that don't have sugar. And what I would recommend is you stay under 1,200 calories. If you're overweight, it's very easy to lose weight. It's easier than you think. Stay at 1,200 calories or slightly below, because that'll force your body. That's the amount of calories that you burn a day, period, just by your body operating. So as long as you stay at or slightly below that, like let's say 1,000 calories, you'll drop the weight like that. And the heavier you are, the more weight you drop at once. Now, I am not a doctor. I am not licensed in terms of what kind of damage this can or can't do to your body. I abuse the device, and I was able to get results in less than a week, and I overused the device to do this. I could have been putting a lot of fat and a lot of strain on my lymphatic system, because you pee out the fat, basically. So, and it smells really weird. You'll know, trust me, once you try it. But these devices only cost about $20 to $30 on Amazon. That's where I got this device. Now, the way I use it is like this. So I take, and where my stomach is, I just started to spot applying it, and I would count to 20 for 20 zaps, and then I move slightly down. It says to move it in circles, but I found no success with that at all. I just do 20 times, up and down, all the way down to where my abs would be. I do it on the sides, and then I do it in the middle, and then I do it on the side where my abs would be here, and then I do it on the side of that. And usually what I also do is I go down on my waist a bit. Now I'm going to be doing this again daily, and I'm going to be showing you results. Now right now I have a flat stomach. In other words, I don't have any definition. I have just kind of your average flat stomach. Notice there's no definition, nothing like that. And there's going to be. I've already tested this device, I've already used it. I'm going to be using it the same way that I used it before, because I didn't experience any ill effects. That does not mean you won't. It recommends you wait 2 days between sessions, so your body has enough time to basically flush out the fat from your body. Now, I, in my situation, was able to apparently flush it out really fast. I overused it, and I used it for extended periods of time. It has a 15-minute automatic shut-off, but what I did is I just kept turning it on, and I'd use it for about 45 minutes, because it takes about 45 minutes for me to spot each one of these kind of areas. And it was technically in less than a week I started trimming fat, and I saw results, and I was very impressed, because I thought the device was gimmicky. I'm not somebody who does anything much more than very light exercise, and that's another thing with the device. You usually want to take a walk. Now, not in heat. I live somewhere where it's very hot. You want to take a walk in like indirect, like the very early morning, very late evening. So that's when you could be using the device. I use it for about 45 minutes at a time initially, and then what you do is you can maintain the results by using it about once or twice a week. And I just stopped doing that because I'm lazy. These devices are kind of made for people like me. I want results, but I don't want to spend most of my time exercising and doing all that stuff, because that's just not me. I know, I could be doing jumping jacks and all that shit. I don't really think that's good for you. I think light to moderate exercise, I take walks, I do things like that. I usually walk to the grocery store instead of drive. It's stuff like that. And it helps. When you take walks on a device like this, when you're using a device like this, you want to take them immediately after, and you want to be drinking at least, God, if I only knew the math, I am so bad at math. What I would do is I drink about 64 ounces of, like that drink mix powder. You can buy it pretty much anywhere, and it's the 0-calorie one, because you don't want to be adding a bunch of sugar to this. But I would recommend following its directions. You'll just get results slower. For me, I was kind of hoping, I just kind of got really obsessive about it, and I'm going to do the same thing because I did not experience ill effects. Now, I am in my 20s. I do, this is possibly, there's a whole thing that it has about what ages you are, what medications you're on, things that you should not use things like this, because you're flooding your bloodstream with fat. That's what you're doing. You're flooding it with fat, and then you're pissing it out. That can cause a lot of problems. It also changes the pH of your blood. So it's not necessarily a device that now, if you are heavier than I am, it's a device that will burn fat. Do not get me wrong. It feels at first like it's not doing anything or gimmicky. It feels that way. Not that way to me. That's why I overused it. Then I noticed, holy, fuck, it works. And I mean, this is $30. 30, 40 at most with shipping. You hold the button in the middle to turn it on. Now, yours is going to have a copper plate. I don't know what happened to my copper plate. I couldn't find it, so I just taped it, so I just kind of know where the buttons are. You click it over once. Now you're on the fat burning setting. I always turn it up to 10. Because I don't like waiting, and there you go. It spot treats, and keep in mind, zapping, for me, what I do is I do it 20 times in each area, and then I move slightly down and overlap. Now, that's how I achieved results. I had a six-pack for the first time in my life that was visible. Now, it wasn't a super ripped six-pack. It wasn't like a... I absolutely had more definition, but I had to flex to kind of see my six-pack. Now, flexing before didn't do anything, and dieting never got me down to this point. Walking never got me down to this point. I used to walk 10 miles a day, just because I had the time when I was a teenager. So, that didn't do it. That's a lot, and it's a lot of walking. Of course, not high-intensity exercise or whatever, but I don't think that's good for you. Or at least it feels to me like it's not good for you, because I hate it. But anyways, I'm going to be demonstrating this device. It works. Now, there's all kinds of devices like this. It'll say, just type in Amazon fat cavitation machine, and there's different ones that'll come up. If you can afford one that's $60 that plugs into a wall, get that one. It covers more area. It's a lot easier. It's just, I didn't want to spend that kind of money on something that I didn't even know worked. Apparently it works, so when I have the money, I'll definitely upgrading. But there's some that have like square mechanisms, and they all say body massager. Body massager. Do not mistake that for it not being a fat cavitation machine. It's a fat cavitation. It burns fat. Now, I don't know if I did any kind of damage to myself or my organs in doing this. I don't know. I didn't have it checked out. I didn't, I just kind of got very excessive, which is something that I do often. And I used something and I got results from it, and I thought I'd share it with you guys. So yeah, that's the next set of videos I'm going to do. As far as the facial peel went, it went great for me. It absolutely brightened up my skin. It evened out my skin dramatically, and as far as my mom goes, I will be showing you guys the results on her face. When you have hyperpigmentation, sometimes it's just there from sunspots, just kind of being out in the elements, period. Even if you're not outside longer than 10 minutes, whatever, it'll be there. But that TCA acid, even though it was a lighter peel, it just improved the texture of my face. Like, my face to me looks like I'm about 5 years younger in terms of texture. I'm really impressed with it, and I'm going to be doing a 30% peel next. And so is my mom. So, thanks for watching. I'm going to start using this device and then giving you guys updates, and I'll be taking photos, and I'll be sharing the results that way. This will work. It's a device that I've used. It absolutely works. There's no doubt. And if you're not down to the kind of weight that I am at the moment, 1,000 to 1,200 calories a day, it doesn't matter what you eat, by the way. It doesn't matter if it's high-fat food. It really doesn't matter. 1,000 to 1,200 calories a day, you're not gaining weight, because that's what you're burning, period. It doesn't matter what you eat up to that point. I am not a healthy eater. I like to eat stuff that tastes good. I don't do the whole no carbs and all that stuff. I'm not that into that kind of stuff. So anyways, yeah, that's going to be my next series of videos, and I am very excited to share that with you and take you along with me. So yeah, thanks for watching.